Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your Prosperna Live. It's been so long since our last broadcast, and we're so happy that we're back. We hope that everyone is being safe and healthy this time of year. Yes, and for those of you who are following and supporting Prosperna all these years, and to those who are new here, thank you for viewing and allow us to reintroduce ourselves. So, my name is Janica, and I will be your host for this afternoon. We are from Prosperna. So, what is Prosperna? Who is Prosperna? So, Prosperna is a complete e commerce platform for Philippine SMEs made easy with everything you need to market and sell online. All right, so for this holiday special of Prosperna, we'll be sharing with you the insights your business will need this holiday season and of course, the coming year of 2021. So, tips and tricks that we may need, yes? And of course, we won't forget that it's almost Christmas. So, Prosperna actually have a surprise gift for you guys, for SMEs most especially. And we know that you're excited for this holiday, and of course, I would like to ask that you guys send heart emojis to see how excited you guys are, because I am. So hi, Sarah. Hi, how are you guys? How are you guys doing? I love that we have viewers here. All right. Hi, Cliff. All right. So you can also go ahead and share your plans this Christmas. And don't forget to use the hashtag Prosperna Christmas by spelling Christmas with SMEs. All right. So that you will let everyone know of what are your plans this year. Hey, Cherry. All right. I prompt you to stay tuned till the end of the webinar for our surprise gift. It's going to be really exciting. So, yeah, let's get on with the program and kick it off with a very special guest. May I introduce Mr. Edward Cruz, founder and CEO of Atos. So, Atos, hi,
Hi
Edward.
guys.
All right. So Atos helps small brands in growing and scaling by connecting them directly to consumers on their marketplace. Edward comes from an engineering background, but later shifted to start a business in e commerce after developing deep expertise in digital advertising and paid media. So, wow. All right. I bet this is going to be a very informative event for us. Hi, Christine. Hi, Cherry. Hi, guys. Thank you for viewing. I'm sure you all are going to learn a lot for this session. All right. So, without further ado, let's give it up for Edward as he talks about the future of online marketplace selling. All right, Edward, take it away.
Thank you. Hi guys, good afternoon. So, yun. So, very lively ng community ng Prosperna. No? First of all, I'd like to thank Dennis for inviting me to speak here. It's a pleasure, bro, to really share my knowledge and expertise to your audience and to your community. And yeah, I'm looking forward to share my experience with you guys. So yeah, let's dive in. Let me share my screen. Um, uh, wait, share new tab. Yeah, can you see my screen, guys? Hello, Francis. Hello, Sarah. So yeah, we can start now. And Okay, share this. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? Clear naman, no? Okay. So yeah, let me introduce myself first. I'm Edward, Edward Walter or Edward Cruz. You can reach me on Facebook. My name is Edward Walter. So I'm the founder and CEO of Atos or A to Z E-commerce Incorporated. So Atos is an online marketplace which focuses on small direct-to-consumer brands that we help them scale at par with big brands. No? So yeah. So our topic for this afternoon would be the future of online marketplace. So Dennis gave me the insights that the audience here are mostly entrepreneurs and new sellers. So I hope this topic would really help you to be inspired to push more into your ways of selling to, in this industry. So yeah, let me go back to 2020 trends. So as we can see, 2020 is now ending, but there are two things that I've seen. I've only seen this 2020, and one is online selling is everywhere. As we all know, the pandemic really supercharged the e-commerce industry on our country, and I can't stress this enough, but almost maybe 3 out of or 4 out of 10 Filipinos are doing online selling, no? So talagang sobrang na super, I would say na superpower, pero na fast track yung industry ng e-commerce. And we as online sellers, especially on our company, we really see that the increase of transactions happen through online. And we will and I think it's a good thing kasi this will continue to grow. Talagang mas napabilis siya. Digital payments are also catching up, which is a good thing, especially sa atin, no? Philippines is a COD market, and having a digital payments in place will really help the Philippines to really prosper, especially sa atin sellers. Now, COD is a very painful way to do online e-commerce because it can lead to increase of cancellations or bogus buyers, no? Kaya I'm really thankful for what's happening in the industry. So that's number one. No? Online selling is everywhere. And the number two is the rise of various digital strategies. As we all know, since online selling is really rising talaga, and sobrang dumadami yung mga kinds or ways on how you can sell online. There's the independent store providers, especially yan kay Prosperna and Shopify. So if you want to build your own stores or create your own marketplace, I think Dennis and his team can help you, the Prosperna team. Live selling, of course, especially sa ano sa Facebook live selling, no. I've seen tons of individual sellers maximizing on this channel, and it's really an emerging industry, I would say. Pero later I'll show to you kung bakit nasasabi ko na it's an emerging industry. Number three, selling on big marketplaces on Lazada and Shopee. Ayan, I know you're all familiar with that. If you're not selling in these platforms, you are losing a lot of money in the table because you can maximize their traffic, and yeah, they can really help you to improve your selling experience. So if you're just starting to do online selling, I would say na you should maximize your channels, your presence, yeah, by adding your products in Lazada and Shopee. And number four is Facebook marketplaces or Facebook page. So in this strategies, no, there are a lot of strategies inside this Facebook. No, Facebook you can sell in Facebook marketplace itself. You can just list the products, go to your marketplace, and wait for people to message you directly sa personal account mo. While the Facebook page, this one has been in the industry for maybe 3 to 4 years now, and I've been using Facebook page and advertising services of Facebook to really sell, to really use as my channel no, to sell online. So there are various ways, no, in using Facebook page and advertising in Facebook. You can do uh, website conversions, you can do messaging ads, no? Sobrang dami. But these two are the most effective ways to do paid ads sa Facebook. So if you are not maximizing these paid ads, siguro it's time for you to explore kasi right now, I would say na it's how fast you can reach your customers, you know. So yeah, number five, chatbots. Yeah. Later on, I'll share with you kung bakit it's a thriving industry, thriving selling channel sa e-commerce. Chatbot is really replacing the automated informations or automated chats. But I think the mix of manual replies and chatbot would be much more powerful when it comes to selling. Okay. So these are the two trends that I saw this 2020. Pero there's really a question here, no? The future of online selling will be all about being personal. So paano ko nasabi to? So I firmly believe that this will be the future of online selling. Everything should be personalized. Everything should be direct to the point. That's how you can reach more customers. You know, this is the future of online selling. Because right now, no, as I've mentioned, 2020 trends, it's all about selling. It's all about people getting aware on how to do online selling, how to build their own structure to sell, how to effectively sell online. So it's more of people getting aware of how to do online selling. So the cons on that is the problem with that is when there's a ton of people know how to do online selling, there will be a lot of competition. Okay. So when the competition increases, you have to be different. You have to do something different for you to be either profitable or for you to excel in the market. And you can only do that by being personal, by by personalizing the experience to your customers. So that is the very one thing that I firmly believe na we should focus on in the coming years. It's about being personal to your customers, to their experience, on how you can communicate directly to them. So that's the thing that I want to share with you. So, with regard to that statement, I see that in the 2021 trends, there will be a rise of direct-to-consumer brands. So, paano ko nasabi na there's a rise of direct-to-consumer brands? Since this 2020, this pandemic really transformed the e-commerce industry. It really supercharged or improved the ways on how to do how these Filipinos sell online. So, sobrang daming natutong mag-sell online. So, the next thing na pwedeng mangyari dyan is because people already know how to do online selling, that's the time that they will create their own product because they're already confident. They're already confident on how to sell online. And for them to be different, of course, people will find ways to always to become different. And that's by creating their own products. It's building this direct to consumer plan. So I would say because this has been happening to e-com industry for the past 4 years that I'm in this industry. I can see that this is the transformation usually by the sellers. That when they're already aware on how to do online selling, that's the time that they will increase their capability to build their own products because they're already confident how to sell online. So that's number one, the rise of direct-to-consumer brands. And number two is the domination of C-commerce or conversational commerce. So a lot of you may not be aware of this conversational commerce, but it's definitely just the typical way on how we do selling on personal level. Like when you're in the mall, no, meron mga sales lady doon, and uh, i-assist ka nila. It's like an assisted shopping. I-assist ka nila to find whatever you need, to find what it is that you want, to find the best suitable product for you. So it's more of an assisted shopping, but it creates a better experience to customers because we Filipinos are socially inclined people. Now, we always want to ask questions even though the information is already in front of us. So that's why when you see a big an advertising in the Facebook, there's a lot of how much, even though the seller already posted the price of the product. That's how socially inclined we are. So this conversational marketing will really rise. I truly believe that will really rise in this 2021, in this year 2021. So this e-commerce would be the chats, uh, live selling, what else? Chatbots, no? It's more of how you can communicate directly to your customers and provide what it is that they are needed on an instant, diba? Kasi the difference between shopping online and having an assisted shopping in your website is that you provide more value and you have a higher chance to convert this existing customer that is inquiring to a higher value. Like instead of them buying one, you can push them to buy two because meron ka nakaabang na offers. So it's much more effective. I firmly believe that. So in our company, we have this inbound marketing and outbound marketing, from which the inbound marketing are the ones answering the chats of the customers from the website and convincing them to buy. The outbound marketing are the ones who are calling customers or existing customers to convert again. So that's how we do our marketing, inbound and outbound. Um, yeah, as you can see, we are pretty much inclined in conversational commerce, and I think it's here to stay because that's the behavior of the Filipinos. And yeah, if you're not leveraging on these trends, I would say now you start building or exploring these categories because this will be the future. Okay, rise of direct to consumer brands and the domination of conversational commerce. So actually, I have this question from Dennis because this is the question that his community is asking me. So, how small brands can grow their business on Atos? So, paano nga ba? 'Di ba? Pero before I answer that, I want to bring this problem first. So right now, the problem with big marketplaces is so direct-to-consumer brands are having difficulty gaining traction and scaling in big online marketplaces. Why? Because these big marketplaces are diluted with multiple listings, same listings to be exact, same product name, same SKUs, different prices, different sellers, which leads to confusion to customers. Diba? The more that you have choices, the higher the confusion for the customers. So sometimes when I'm browsing a certain marketplace, I couldn't find who is really the legit ones, diba? Of course, on my end, I always want to buy the legit one who is more credible, diba? But because of the multiple listings, I just have to rely on reviews, which is sometimes being fake, diba? Minsan fake ang mga reviews, so you cannot really rely. So that's number one thing. And because of that multiple listings, no, if you are is direct to consumer brand, lalo na kung starting brand ka, it would be a pain in the ass for you to prosper in big marketplaces. Not unless if you're already aware on how to do online selling, on how to do the right strategies, diba? If you're already aware, then I guess you can prosper within 6 months to 1 year. But if you're not, if you're just starting and all you know is to build product, then that, my friend, is a problem. Because you cannot really penetrate immediately. It will need skills for you to prosper in big online marketplaces. But yeah, if you allot time and effort, of course you can prosper. But yeah, that's the one that we're solving here. And number two, heavy price war and knockoffs that causes the brand to lose its value. So because of these big marketplaces are not filtering the product that being listed in the platform, there's a very big chance that your product can be knocked off within a split seconds. Diba? If your product created attraction, let's say within 6 months you build this product, and suddenly people will notice that the product is already creating some traction. No? So the problem here is the listing is not really filtered, and everyone can sell anything, especially the which we all know, no, the main supplier of all of our products are in China. But the problem with that is there are sellers who are direct source in that same factory that can copy your product and bring down the price. So whatever it is that you've worked on for 6 months and 1 year, you've built it through. It will collapse in maybe 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. Diba? Who knows? I don't know. Pero what I'm sure of is your product can lose its value immediately if you're selling in the wrong marketplace. Okay. So number three is, of course, direct-to-consumer brands don't have the internal capability to market their products in the digital media. So I've been in this industry for almost 4 to 5 years now, and I can see that there are a lot of people who are very good at creating products, but doesn't have that internal capability to sell it online. Like what this pandemic did to us. There are a lot of local brands in the malls that couldn't really prosper in online because they are not equipped to sell online. Okay, so there are tons of users that cannot really doesn't have that internal capability. So that's the problem, guys. These are the three problems that I'm currently seeing that is stopping this small direct to consumer brands to prosper in this marketplaces. So this is our solution. So Atos provides a safe marketplace for direct-to-consumer brands to gain scalability along with the world-class digital marketing tools, services, and reports. So number one, we provide curated listings. So Atos provide a curated list of filter products, which prevents dilution of brands. No, so we prevent same SKU, same product. So we always deal with the source so that it can avoid the confusion to customers. It can give a better experience to customers, and it can give a higher chance for the sellers to sell because hindi diluted yung listing. Number two is, yeah, 360 degrees digital marketing support. As you can see, there are tons of sellers who are not equipped with digital marketing. So in Atos, with my experience of 4 years of experience in digital marketing, conversion rate optimized marketing tactics, we will provide this to our sellers. We also provide paid media free of charge. But of course, you have to pay for the spending. But for the services, as of now, we are looking forward to waive the fee of this digital marketing support. So it's a 360-degree digital marketing support. So if you're selling in Atos, all the remarketing campaigns and the other strategies that we're doing inside the platform, you will also receive that through email, through SMS, through Messenger, through social media channels. All of those will be given to you in a complete package. And yeah, you are protected in Atos. And the third solution, syempre, improve customer experience through personalized content. So how do we do that? No. Oftentimes, you will always see dito sa mga big marketplaces that it's all about selling. But as I have mentioned earlier, the future of online selling is personalization. So the difference between us small brands and big brands is that we have this capability to create a better experience for your customers. Okay, you wouldn't see Apple sending personalized thank you card to their customers because why? They can do it. They're big. They are a very big company who is really having a like a problem with becomes to uh, like this personalizations to customers. And that's the advantage that I'm seeing for us, small companies, small brands, because we can do everything in an instant. We can shift our ways in an instant. We can provide a better experience to customers because we are just starting. We are aggressive with regards to providing the better experience, and you can pivot immediately because there's so little communication that needs to happen for you to change your idea or change your plan. No. So in Atos, we want to improve the customer experience or the personalized content through by allowing these small brands to create their own personalized landing page, from which we have this formatted landing page conversion optimized, from which you can communicate directly to your customers on a more personalized level. Okay, by means of crafting contents that will allow your customer to improve, to see through the real value of the product. Okay. It will allow brand owners to create personalized contents that will allow customers to see the real value of the product by communicating directly and personally. That's where the customers can really see the value of your product, and not just multiple listings, same product, no? So it increases the value of the product when there's a negative competition inside. So that's the three solutions that we are providing on our company. And yeah, so these are the three takeaways that I wanted to share with you this afternoon. Number one, to have more edge in the market, you have to create a go-to experience 10 times more than your competitors. No? Your go-to experience should be well crafted for you to really put a dent to your customers. Because competition will be really high in the coming years because almost all of the people or sellers are doing online selling. So that's the only way you can stand out from the competition is by crafting a well-crafted go-to-market experience 10 times more than your competitors. So number two is personalize, personalize, personalize. That's the only way you can increase your retention rate to your customers and build the word out. So yeah, I think that's it that I want to share with you guys. Sorry. Hello.
Hi, thank you so much, Edward, for the wonderful insights about online marketplace selling. I hope that all our viewers learned a lot about e-commerce and how branding is important, how personalization is important. So alam nyo na, Atos can help you gain better experience for your customers, ha? Take notes. All right. If you have any questions, guys, please feel free to comment them on the comment sections. Later po, we'll get back to them and later on in the webinar. Please use hashtag Prosperna Christmas. Tapos yung Christmas spelling is right here on the pinned comment under this on this live video. All right. And hindi pa tayo nagtatapos. With all that being said, let's get on with the star of the show because joining us today will be our beloved founder and CEO of Prosperna, Mr. Dennis Velasco.
Hey, Janica, and hey, Prosper Nation. What did you call me again, Janica? What? I'm beloved. Wow.
Yes, and you're a star as well.
That's the first time I've heard that, but I'll take it as a compliment. So
All right,
it's
guys.
a Christmas gift time. It's great holiday season. And Merry Christmas to everybody. And Edward, congratulations. What a great set of insights and tips and suggestions for all of our Filipino community, friends, and family out there to help them, really prosper as we end 2020 and go into 2021.
All right. Okay, you guys ready? Because Dennis will talk to us about the future of retail and e-commerce. So be sure to stay to the very end because, like I said a while ago, we have an exclusive gift for you guys. All right, so give it up for Dennis.
Thanks, Janica. Cool. So I did go ahead and prepare a few things that I thought really might help everybody take a look at what has happened in 2020 and help give some suggestions and advice on where our country of SMEs can go from here. So let me quickly just go to the screen share here. Awesome. So before we take a look at what's ahead, let's take a look at what has recently happened, right? And when it comes to what's happened, specifically in how retail and e-commerce in the Philippines is really evolving. So first and foremost, I think everybody on the webinar or who might even be thinking about how they can transform their business going into 2021, it's really, really important that you take a look first and foremost to how your customers, how your consumers, and how your market is behaving. And in the Philippines, I found some information from our research from the Google Mobility Report, a PricewaterhouseCoopers report, and the recent Facebook Southeast Asian report. And specifically here in the Philippines, it was documented that clearly because of the lockdown, mall traffic went down. But to give you a real measurable impact, it went down by 82%. So that would obviously have a direct connection to the downfall of retail revenues for stores that were focused on a mall strategy. Second major consumer behavior shift, and we see this firsthand because we're hiring new people every day and every week, and we're seeing people have now moved not just from the office to working from home, which has obviously increased, and our research has shown it's increased by 73%. But guess what? People are moving out of the major metropolitan major cities out into the provincial areas, right? So imagine your customers are not only not in the mall, but they are not in the mall that you might once were at. They could be completely outside of the major metropolitan areas. So now you have to start finding a way on how will you get to your customer, right? Next, transportation. We still struggle with transportation. And even before COVID, right? Transportation in the Philippines, let's face it, was not good, right? And during this 2020 year, the availability of transportation dramatically went down as well, making a huge hurdle and challenge for people, consumers, to buy your products and services, right? And then one of the most interesting things, and especially here for the Philippines, is whether it was pre-COVID or post-COVID, consumers have voted. And they said on that recent Facebook report that between 65 to 80% of them, depending on their age range, said that they would continue to shop online after the COVID, right? If there ever is such a thing as after, right? So again, just to reemphasize, consumer behavior, extremely important point. Might sound obvious, but as a business owner or wanting to start a business, you really can't hide the measurable trends, right? So now that we have a little picture on what has really shifted in terms of consumer behavior in 2020, let's take a look ahead, right? Now let's try to prepare our mindset, think about new strategies and how to shape our business, right, for 2021. So one of the things that we have to really, really note, believe it or not, the average age of Filipinos is actually 24 years old. We are one of the youngest populations and one of the fastest growing populations in the world, right? And why is that important? Well, when you add the young age to the actual behavior of that average age, where the average Filipino spends the most time on social media. We spend an average of over 10 hours a day in Facebook, in YouTube, in Instagram, in Twitter, right? So congratulations, everybody here in the Philippines. We won. So when you add these two things together, this is actually what's happening right in front of our eyes. And we would only see this, of course, if you're watching this now and you believe in this prediction, you will only know this 5, 7, 10 years from now, right? When we look back in time and go, oh my God, we're in the Philippines creating the click generation. That's their life. Kids no longer play on the playground. They no longer ride their bikes. They are playing like this with their fingers, right? The young workforce that we have, right? They have multiple devices doing their job from home. There are even the what do you call those? The co-working spaces. They've actually moved out to the provinces as well on the beach. So this is the generation that is going to be your number one consumer, right? Now, take a look. As I mentioned, you've got this groundswell of consumer behavior changing. And guess what? Our government is recognizing the massive force and wave of e-commerce. You can look it up on Google. The Department of Trade and Industry is representing the Philippine government in helping shape our country and our e-commerce roadmap. So they've presented some very specific initiatives. So imagine a country, a region, an area, right, where you've got consumers buying products the way that they want to buy online. And now you've got this top-down infrastructure making policy, improving the infrastructure to support e-commerce growth. So if you didn't think e-commerce was going to be a big part of the Philippines, when the government moves, whether we like it or not, that means it's pretty significant, right? And here's some of the things that I gathered. Now, there's a ton of good information on this roadmap, but the things that I liked that I think was going to help every SME is that they were really focused on trying to build a framework that results in trust. Because in order for e-commerce to really thrive, it's going to require trust in the entire ecosystem, right? From not just the merchants, but the sellers as well, including the platforms. So they're trying to encourage a framework that has a consistent structure of policy to protect consumers and merchants, right? To make it safe to shop online, right? Hence, security policies, improving our infrastructure. We all know we need faster internet. I don't think anybody will argue with that. And these things add up to increase of sales, right? So with this framework, with this e-commerce roadmap, with the change in consumer behavior, the government has also even said, hey, we would love to see and make it a goal of ours to see that e-commerce will contribute to 25% of our country's gross domestic product. to give you a little idea on how that compares, the Philippines export business of small electronics actually makes up 56% of our country's GDP. And what you're going to see here next, because the numbers really don't lie, in the last few years, the e-commerce growth has been 26%. And looking ahead, research shows that it will go from where it is today to be a $28 billion business in the Philippines. So that's a 4x increase. And again, the consumer export of electronics is about a $56 billion industry. So imagine how fast e-commerce is going to ramp up in the next 5 years. To me, that spells opportunity for SMEs and the Philippines and everybody in our ecosystem. So where does that put Prosperna? And that's something that when it comes to SMEs and it comes to our mission, our focus is to empower 100,000 SMEs here in the Philippines and here in our country with simple and affordable e-commerce software. And this is made specifically, supported specifically for our country. Many of the 10,000-pound gorillas, if you don't mind me saying, they probably don't even know where the Philippines is. They think we're part of Guam. So how does Prosperna work? Allow me to give you all a quick glimpse. And how Prosperna works has been really, and what we've been doing is really a sign of the contribution and the vote of our customers and our partners in our ecosystem. So as I show you, and I'm about to show you how it works, I think it's really relevant to even say thank you to our customers because they're the ones that are most important, that are saying and giving us feedback, that Prosperna is working for them. And just this year alone, with their support, we've seen growth. And I'm proud to announce to our customers, to our partners, to all of our constituents, and to our teammates here inside the company that we're really proud to serve our country. And if we keep working together as SMEs, we will all thrive and we will all have our businesses with charts like this going up and to the right. So some of those success stories behind that chart are, household brands and very, very local neighborhood brands. So some of you might have passed by the digital walker stores in the retail malls. Well, they've been now powered by Prosperna. Even the famed bubble tea craze still continues online, where we've helped share tea. I think there are about 5, 6, maybe 7 or so franchise locations. It's a franchise out of Taiwan. We help Marisons. It's a home-cooked Filipino food, the world's best kare-kare. They were in Antipolo. We helped them go online so their customers can order, pay, and automatically book shipping. And we were able to get them up and live in just a couple weeks. Other local favorite restaurants like Buku Buku Cafe here in the south part of Manila. Even apparel companies like the Boot Artillery. All they do is they just sell handcrafted, awesome, men's shoes, right? Now they have moved online. And you would think a lot of these industries and businesses are quite the norm, but even the construction, the blue and the gray collar industries like Best Resources Inc., one of the distributors of industrial adhesives, have leveraged the Prosperna platform so that they can sell their products both wholesale to their resellers and retail to consumers in one platform, right? So what we're basically able to do for these SMEs is in the Prosperna online store, they can sell, like Edward had mentioned, in many different channels. On their online store, they can differentiate themselves because they can connect their online store to Facebook, right? So products, prices, and orders can be checked out in Facebook and in sync with their online store, right? As well as Lazada, Shopee, and Instagram. From there, we give our customers the most number of options of pre-integrated local payments. So without having a developer, you can set up and start accepting payments nationwide. Not only can you accept payments, but you can provide a better customer experience by offering your customers automatic booking of the shipment of their orders. So instead of haggling back and forth on who and how shipping will be booked, it's automatically done, right? At the end of the day, what we're doing is we're trying to make a difference so that the SMEs in our country can have their own online store that they can sell across different channels without any coding experience. No code. They can sell online without any transaction fees, because a lot of Philippine SMEs, are paying high transaction fees, 10, 15, 25%. All of a sudden, they're no longer an entrepreneur. They're actually working for, somebody else, right? And we're building features and listening and prioritizing Philippine customers first with Philippine local support, right? So that's another big thing, right? We all want to start boosting our own economy by doing business together, right? So that way we rise together as our country continues to bounce back. So with those consumer trends, with the trends happening in our government, with what Prosperna does today, what's the future of Prosperna? And this is where we really get excited at Prosperna, because we like to geek out about building all these things, especially for Philippine SMEs. So I'd like to give you all just a little sneak peek of what you'll see from us in 2021. First, and as Edward had mentioned, in the industry evolution of e-commerce, you see early adopters jumping onto marketplaces, right? You see some of the big guys, but what happens, right, as Edward mentioned, it's local marketplaces like A2Z.com.ph who really start to rise because lots of the products and suppliers are diluted in these massive marketplaces. And at the end of the day, consumers love to shop with somebody in some place that they know, right? That they actually have a connection, they have a relationship with, right? So whether it's A2Z.com.ph or agrisoria.com, Prosperna is now offering a multi-vendor marketplace theme. So in the Philippines alone, I think it was on Startup PH, there's over 250, 300 local marketplaces that have been set up nationwide. And it's really hard to hire and build and develop your own system if you don't have developers, and developers are, increasingly becoming more and more expensive. So if I was an SME thinking of putting a marketplace together in your neighborhood, in your village, I would suggest that you focus on what you do best, which is building relationships, marketing, promoting, bringing customers, and bringing merchants together. Leave the technology stuff to us by using the Prosperna platform. And in an instant, without any code, you can have your own marketplace. So absolutely, as Edward mentioned, you will see more and more local marketplaces, right, in our country. Again, in support of what Edward had mentioned, you will see a rise of conversational commerce, right? Because orders can come in from these different marketplaces, but guess where orders are also coming in from? They're coming in from Facebook. They're coming in from Instagram. They're coming in from your Viber group. They're coming in from WhatsApp. They're coming into you via text message. And they're even coming to you via email still. So imagine there's 3, 5, 7, at least 9 different places where orders can come in if you create this kind of e-commerce SME machine. That's great because you have a lot of different places that you can sell. That's the good news. The bad news is it starts to become an operational challenge in managing and fulfilling and creating a good customer experience, being bombarded by all these orders. So I'm excited to announce that in 2021, you'll see Prosperna bringing all of these marketplace channels, the online store builder, and conversational commerce into one single solution provider built for the Philippine SMEs, right? Because one thing is great is to build a business, right? But you have to be careful of what you ask for. It could end up being a lot of work, and that's where technology comes in. Don't make it hard, right? Find a technology partner to help you. And other than that, without spilling the beans on all of our, new products that we are going to be launching in 2021, we have so many features and modules in our product roadmap that we'll be excited about announcing as the e-commerce industry grows for SMEs. And we look forward to supporting and building this platform with new features for our country. So stay tuned for more on that. Other than that, Janica, I just want to wrap it up and let everybody know out there that we are here to support you. And feel free to connect with me on our website, on LinkedIn, or even shoot me an email. If you're a potential customer and you need some help, no pressure. We'll even give you free advice, right? We'll show you how to do things. And maybe one day you'll be ready for Prosperna, right? Just reach out if you want to also even partner with us. We are here to connect the entire ecosystem of payments, of shipping, of other complementary software providers, of other digital agencies to provide a platform to your customers. We're here for the long haul. Thank you very much. And Janica, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Dennis, and everyone for watching. Thank you for that very informative presentation, Dennis. So you heard it from the man himself, you guys, stretching the possibilities in the e-commerce platform. Thank you so much. And don't forget, let me just show you, dun, 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 to head over. All right. Okay. To www.prosperna.com/best-Christmas-gift and sign up for the best Christmas gift ever. So here it is, you guys. So you can get an online store now or later, no pressure, and save time and money. So you'll get what? 30% off or 3 months free. So gift A is 30% discount on one-time setup fees. And their gift B, get 3 months subscription free with a 1,000 peso deposit. Starts in January 2021. All right, so win-win. That's a great gift, right, you guys? Let's see the comments here. Hey, Francis, Miguel. All right, you guys, so let me just repeat the URL that you should visit for the best gift ever. It's www.prosperna.com/best-Christmas-gift. Down below, you can see it right here. Or you could also check the pin that's behind that. And yeah. So that's an exciting news and the best gift. Right now, we are open for questions. This is our Q&A, our last segment. So we'll be reading some of the comments right here. Merry Christmas, Mr. Cliff. How are you doing? All right, so please feel free to ask your questions. All right. Sige, tanungin na muna natin si questions for Mr. Edward first. All right. So the first question for Mr. Edward is that what makes Atos different from other online marketplaces? Hello, Edward? Can you hear me? Hello?
We can't hear him.
Yeah, maybe the mic is...
Nakabit pala ako. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. So I would say Atos is different from others. Hello, hello.
hello, we can hear you po.
Yeah, yeah. Okay na?
Yes,
Okay na ba? Hello.
it is.
Hello. Sige, sige. Siguro I would say the main difference of our marketplace is the focus of this platform to small brands to prosper by means of helping them in terms of digital marketing, weeding out the fake sellers and fake brands for them to have or to prosper on our platform because there will be positive competition inside and will not promote the negative competition because negative competition usually happens if you onboard almost everyone and not filter the sellers that are really not providing value in the platform. It's either they are damaging the market or they are damaging your brand. So that's number one. That's a difference. And yeah, the second differentiation would be as I've mentioned is the digital marketing support. So, since I have almost 4 years of experience in paid media and digital advertising, we are dedicated to really support these sellers for a 360-degree digital marketing, remarketing campaigns through emails. No, so oftentimes you will seldom see a marketplace that is offering a free service for these sellers. Like for example, you buy in this certain marketplace and you abandon this product that you've just purchased to them. There is very little chance that you can recover that. So it's either they purchase or not. But in our platform, we will allow or we will enable you and your product to have these services so that every customer that is landing into your product page will mostly has a higher chance of conversion to your product. So that's by means of your marketing. And yeah, what I would say, it's built for Filipinos, Filipino
All right.
people.
That's a great
I think
answer.
that's a difference from other online marketplaces.
We have more questions for you, Edward. And one said that
Sorry, I have
what should
very
I
poor
do
internet
to
connection.
become competitive when listing my
Hello?
product? Hello, Edward. There's another question for you. It says, can you hear me? All right. There's another question for you. It says, what should I do to become competitive when listing my products in an
Naputol ba
online
ako?
market? Hello? Ah, oh, he left
That's
the...
where
All
the
right.
DTI needs to help improve the infrastructure.
I know we need fast internet, like you said a
Yeah.
while ago. How
Let me
about
try to maybe I can try to help answer that question.
All right. That's great.
I think it was, if I remember reading it, is what can help, how can I help differentiate my listings? Is that what it is? Or be competitive?
Competitive,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so great question. Here's what you should think about when using marketplaces, right? Number one, I think, in my opinion, people should think of, number one, the purpose of a marketplace. The purpose of a marketplace is really for consumers to get the most options at the lowest price, right? So a merchant must think about why people go to a marketplace. Those are the two biggest reasons, right? Now, for a merchant, you really are going to a marketplace. Why? Because they get you quick exposure, right? Because they have built-in branding and built-in traffic. Now, that built-in branding and traffic comes at a cost, which is why some of the bigger ones have diluted their marketplaces, right? And some merchants are feeling the pinch because of the high transaction, right? So what I suggest is that you take a look and look at your business and your product from a merchandising point of view. Use marketplaces as a way to acquire new customers. And once you get those customers, then you can focus on branding and packaging to resell to them other higher value products in your product portfolio. Again, just one person's opinion, but looks like Edward's back. Maybe he's got some thoughts.
All right. Hi, Edward. Hi again. Can you hear me?
Hi, sorry.
All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Dennis
yeah. Sorry,
has
sorry.
answered
That
the
connection
report,
was
but it's okay.
really poor.
Any further thoughts for this question on the pin question below? What should I do to
Yeah,
become
what
competitive?
should I do to become competitive? Is this the question for me?
Yeah. So any further thoughts?
Okay, so what should I do to become competitive when listing my products in an online marketplace? So I think the main difference in the product that we're selling, especially on our platform, so we grew. So just a quick background, no? So we grew every category in Atos by starting a single brand inside that category. And we were able to differentiate each and every products inside the platform by, as I have mentioned in my topic a while ago, by being personal. How can you really communicate these products to your customers by being personal? It's about communicating who are really your target market, speaking their language, um, posting like digital contents that are resonating to your target market. So in your listings, you would always want to play around those areas from which you can attract your target market. It's even the colors that you are portraying for your product. As much as possible, if you are targeting women, of course, you want to focus more on into more feminine colors than to male colors. Then I think the main messaging of the product and how you are communicating it directly towards your customers would be the number one differentiation of your product, not just the price. Oftentimes people are confused or they thought that the price is the only differentiation for their products to prosper or to stand out, but it's one way to drill yourself down the hole. Like it's a form of negative competition that we are really weeding out in marketplace platform. Like low price products are great, but not to the extent of damaging the value of the product. Because what's the sense of selling products if it's below your margin, right? So these are the sellers that these are some of the mistakes that I usually see in the sellers. So If you want to avoid these mistakes, you want to communicate directly to your customers on a more personal level through all the things that you do, your contents, your messaging, the colors, everything. Everything should be directly towards your customers. That's it. Personalized experience.
Love
Before
it.
we thank you so much for that, Edward. So before we proceed to more questions, on the comment section you'll see the Atos registration link right there sent by Prosperna. So yeah, you can click on there and register. All right. So a question naman for Dennis. All right. So Dennis, someone asked, sabi niya, I own a sari-sari store and that want to make it an online business. Is that possible?
Mm, yeah. Yeah, the sorry phenomenon has been a deep-rooted retail business for as long as every Filipino knows, right? It's even one of the center focal points of some of the most popular movies in the Philippines. So, really, sorry businesses are no different, right? Because it's all about your customer trying to get convenience. And so, to answer the question directly, yeah, I think sorry stores are absolutely a part of the retail market that will benefit from the online platforms that are out there. Now, we're trying to make e-commerce accessible for everybody, right? Because what we mean by that is making it affordable and simple enough so that it doesn't matter what the volume of business is that you do. We have different pricing plans for beginners. I mean, it's literally less than the cost of our platform can be as low as a Jollibee per day, right? And so with that being said, we're trying to make it accessible, right, to any kind of business. And then when we make it, we're really all about leaving the technology stuff to us, so that if a merchant wants to go online, they can do it without begging their nephew or their cousin or their brother or their sister to make time for them. It should be easy to set up and start, just as easy as it is to set up a Netflix account,
Mhm.
right?
So thank you for that insight, Dennis. So we're gonna take in just one more question here in the comment section for Edward. The question is, have you ever had a fake merchant or a merchant that has a poor customer service and delivery and has affected your platform? How was your experience dealing with them?
Mm.
Okay, so first and foremost, Atos has been an online store, an independent online store for the past 3 years. So we don't have any outside merchants as of before. But what we plan to do is to really create a holistic approach from which we can control the experience of the customers, from Atos to customers and from Atos to merchants. So to answer this question, I what I would do is we will have like a rating for every sellers that we have, and create a trainings from which they can deliver the best experience to their customers, or provide materials or a process from which they can follow through, so that we can avoid it from happening again. And if it's still happening, maybe we wouldn't resort to like kicking out the seller, but we will offer the best option for them. It's either if they can really, let's say, if it's a consistent issue, it means that the capability of the seller is not enough. So maybe what we can do is to pull that service from them, and to allow us to do that fulfillment and service, customer service from Atos to customers, so that we can also provide value to sellers, so they can maintain that kind of experience to their customers, because technically it's still their brand that is being affected, because they're the ones in front of the customer. So we want to protect that by providing assistance in the best possible way that we can through customer service and logistics. That's why we are really establishing a standard process on every aspect of our operations.
All
Yep.
right. Thank you for that, Edward. So a round of applause, everybody, for our speakers. Thank you for your hard work. In Japanese, they say "otsukare sama desu," if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for your hard work today, and thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Edward. And
Thank
to
you.
be up to date with Prosperna, you can follow us on social media: Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn by typing in at Prosperna, and then Instagram at Go Prosperna, and our website at www.prosperna.com. And of course, before we end this series, I would like to remind you about our special gift. All right, so you get 30% off or 3 months free. So if you start now, you can save up to 30% discount on one-time setup fees. And gift B, if you reserve now, you get 3 months subscription free, which is awesome, with a 1,000 peso deposit that starts in January 2021. So you can sign up now and choose your gift by going to www.prosperna.com/best Christmas gift. All right. All right. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been great. This is Janica, your host, and see you again to our next live, our Prosperna live. So go. Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Prosper ChriSMEs.